Welcome to the Porn Stars Are People podcast. I'm here with Kimmie Kaboom.
Kaboom,
Thank you
bitches.
for doing this. I appreciate you.
Wait, let me get the sensory part now.
Oh, do
Can
it.
I say whatever I want to?
Whatever you want. Yeah. The only guideline of the podcast is theoretically we don't talk about porn.
Oh, well, we're done.
So that's
Thank you and
so
good
this is
night.
a really nice episode. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank
This
you
is,
and good night.
The hottest 20 seconds in the business. We're here at SLS, South Beach, for the. You're here for the
CamCon.
The CamCon.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the cannabis con.
Well,
do
when
you
in
partake?
when in Rome, I mean.
When
Well,
in cannabis con.
Yeah, in cannabis and CamCon. I cannot confirm nor deny that I have partaken.
I'm not. I'm not law enforcement, right? Are you? So this is Florida. I don't know. Is Florida on the list of like this will be a state soon? Like you guys, there's got to be like medical in
Actually,
Florida.
I think it already is. I think passed for Florida, South Florida, or Florida.
For
or
recreational, yeah?
I don't know. Oh, I doubt recreational.
No?
I'm sure it's completely medical.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of old people down here. I figure that like they're trying to smoke away the pain, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's better than opiates. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we I tried.
Partake.
Yeah, well, I haven't. You know, it's funny. I have. That was never like my drug of choice back in the day.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a lot older, and I can honestly say it's been a couple decades
Sure.
since I partook in anything.
Well, it's hard now, especially if you
And-
take a break because somebody goes, "You want to hit this?" and you go, "I don't know, like, 'cause it's strong now."
Well, yeah, well, no.
Shit is legit
This is
now.
the thing. It's like connoisseurs of
Mhm.
weed now. It's you don't have the dirty dime bag Jimmy in
Right.
the corner with a
No.
dirty shirt on selling you a dime bag of
Right.
weed in a Ziploc bag.
Right,
Or,
where he
or I'm
eyeballed
sorry, a generic Ziploc
Yeah,
bag.
he eyeballed it and he made his own bags with a lighter. Yeah. No, it's none of that.
It's none of that. Now you got, we went into, we were in Denver for Exotica, and we went into one of the dispensaries, and there was like going to a fucking high-end doctor's office,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, do you want to feel mellow? Do you want to feel up? Do you want to feel down? Do you want to feel? I'm like, damn, can we just get a dime bag of weed?
Right? Yeah. Let me get your dirty weed.
Yeah.
You're like,
Give
listen.
me that skank skunk. Come on.
Yeah, they're like, when was the last time you had a bowel movement? And you're
Yeah,
like, all right, this is not. We got to go somewhere else. We
Yeah,
gotta
it is crazy. It's amazing how it's so different. But I am for it because of many reasons. I've actually seen how awesome it does for like Parkinson's
Sure.
patients. I mean, and this is like true video, like timeline, time date stamped. You can watch the transformation in
Yeah.
someone who's sick. I have had relatives who've been afflicted with cancer.
Right.
And I have seen how it helps with the pain of chemo, radiation, and just the illness itself. So, hey, fuck it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Get in there.
Yeah, what are we waiting on?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, good stuff.
Well, they're waiting on money. They're waiting on how to make the money work. But now I think they figured it out.
Well, I know that Denver definitely had it figured out because I think the first month they legalized it, I think they made like $1 million
Sure. Oh, yeah.
in just the taxes on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
we would have actual decent roads and
Right.
schools and everything.
Yeah. I just drove to Pennsylvania. I think Pennsylvania needs weed. 'Cause,
Yeah.
their roads are horrifying.
Yeah. Have you been through Louisiana or Mississippi
No,
lately?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Just saying.
Yeah,
New
it's
Jersey. we go all over.
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
me.
You said New Jersey?
Yeah, we've been in New Jersey and yeah.
Jersey's got okay roads, I think.
No.
They have okay drivers, too. Here is very difficult.
Yeah.
Florida is this strange thing where they make northern people think that they're shitty drivers because of how that they drive.
No. I've driven in Miami. They are some shitty fucking drivers.
It's
there.
terrible. I was doing the research after I was down here, and the place with the most car accidents is like and it was all over the country, but like the top 5 were in Florida, right on 95, because people just slam on their brakes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Right.
That's the most
Chicago
upsetting part.
is scary. We've been in
Sure.
Chicago before too, and it's like I've like wore holes in the passenger floorboard because
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
like, holy
Just punching it,
fuck. But yeah.
slamming the invisible brake.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I do that. So.
Yeah, they don't. So the big problem I find is that there's no like rules in any of the lanes. So like I come from like a culture of the far left lane, you go fast.
Yes.
If you want to be a slow asshole, you sit in the right lane.
And you stay the fuck over there.
You stay the fuck over there.
Right.
And here you just like you'll be flying, and then for some reason there's just somebody going 40 in the left lane, and then you gotta like swerve out of it. It's crazy.
And pass them in the right lane.
And then you pass them, and then for some reason now you're in a race you didn't know about because that person decides to speed up. Now you're racing down the road, and you're like, I'm just trying to live my life. I'm in cruise control right now.
Right. And I'm just like, no, fucker. You didn't want to lead or follow or to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, I don't care about your life.
Yeah. Don't care.
I'm not in a competition with you.
And then, or usually it's somebody who's on their phone.
Right.
Doing something.
And they lost track.
Yeah.
No, I put that shit in cruise control. I'm on my phone in cruise control, not paying attention until I see the car that I'm about to kill myself again.
So you're that motherfucker.
And then I hop out. No, but I'm in cruise and I'm cranking. I'm going 81 in cruise, and crushing life.
Yeah.
And taking down fucking miles.
Yeah.
All day long. Yeah, I drove from New York to be here actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was gonna be in Indiana. I was gonna fly down, and I was like, fuck it. I got some people I want to see along the way. Let's just do the drive. Let's do the.
We totally do that. We do that all over. We really do. We like when we'll be home for 3 days, and then we're going to drive to Chicago.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do it all the time.
We're gonna pass each other. We're gonna be on the highway together.
Right. You're willing to cut
Fighting
costs on
people,
gas,
yeah.
man?
Yeah,
I mean,
fighting
hook it
people.
up. You know.
If you want to hook to me, yeah.
No, fuck that. You know, you pay for the gas, no problem. Man.
Just hook to my car and we'll fucking we'll do it and we'll play Taboo in the driver's seat.
I have to say I admire your pussy on your shirt.
My pussy, yeah. So I'm wearing a cat tank right now. Well, because I did the other interview here, but upstairs on like a balcony outside, and I was just trying to be a human being, so I was wearing a regular shirt, and it wasn't 4 minutes into the interview before I was just soaking wet. I don't know. My Italians did not come up in this type of environment, so I can't handle this much humidity.
No, you only wore that shirt so that if you did start sweating, you say, "Hey, look at my wet pussy."
Look at my wet pussy. I'm gonna go with
Come
it now.
on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it now.
That's what you were thinking,
I
yeah.
love this fucking shit. It's one of my favorites, and I don't even fuck with cats. I really don't like cats at all. But this is
You
my
know,
favorite.
we have a 9-year-old red nose Pit, and she's the sweetest.
Yeah.
She thinks she's a human. She doesn't realize she's a dog. We don't want to tell her, fuck her up.
Yeah.
And she's like literally having a toddler. But I did get a cat from a rescue like a year ago, and like, you know how they have to get acclimated to you and like get to know who you are, and so we were good with that. And like 6 months later, cat's still a bitch.
Yeah.
Like smacks me every time I walk by.
Yeah.
Wants to fucking like, you know, I'm like, I fucking feed you and
I'm
I
not
clean your
into
shit
it,
box, right?
Yeah,
you know.
I'm not into it.
So I called the place and I was like, you know, I'm not trying to be that person, but you know, I really don't think this is gonna work,
Yeah.
you know. And they're like, oh no, you just get it some catnip. I was like, oh, so you want me to get the cat high to like me?
Right.
I feed it, I clean its shit box.
And I give it some affection, hope, right? You give it
I
affection?
try,
Yeah.
but it doesn't like me. It only likes me when it wants to be fed.
Yeah.
So it eats and shits. That's
temperamental.
what it does.
Yeah.
And hits me occasionally.
These are children. Children are like this, you know, at certain ages.
No, you can beat the hell out of children. If I beat the hell out of my cat, I'd get thrown in jail.
I think you'd be better. I think you're better off actually beating up your cat than.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
I think okay,
our kids are adults.
You just can't do it. You can't do it in public, right? Like that was the thing I realized the other day. Like if you like, and this is like fucked up a little bit, but like if you kill your dog, you can just sort of bury your dog. You can't do that for your kid. Like if your dog dies, like that, I think that's probably the better example. Not if
this
you
is taking a morbid twist, just so you know.
but if your dog dies, I think you can just bury your dog. But you can't do that with your child. Like
there's
not
a few legalities with that.
It's not
you know,
a thing that you can do. Like it's a whole different.
Yeah, it's
experience.
like 15 to 20 year life, maybe. No parole. Either be the bitch or get a bitch. You know, something like that's gonna something like that's gonna play out. You know,
it's not fair. Yeah, I think people are all complaining about how there's no equality between the race or between the genders right now. But think about how a one-sided prison is for dudes. It's way worse. Dude prison is way worse than female prison. So that's where we get. You know, that's where it evens out in prison. No.
Speaking, like you might know something about that.
No, it's like on the daily that I know that I look around and I find people bigger than me. I go, okay, I'm not gonna make it in prison. I better walk the straight and narrow.
Yeah, it's like scared straight.
Right. Every single day, I go, that guy's bigger than me. I'm not gonna fight people.
I really harp on the fact of beating children. I did not have to. You know, we didn't have to beat our kids.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not gonna say we never spanked them, but
They
fucking knew.
Yeah.
They knew. Like, they knew.
Yeah.
I didn't play.
Yeah.
I know when I was growing up, I got the shit beat out of me with anything my mom could get her hands on.
This is what I think is the issue. Like, so that happens. So my mom would get shoes thrown at her from her grandma, right? My dad would get what by his dad, and so they started. My parents started with me and my older sister. That was like the regimen, and then they changed halfway through. So they had 2 other kids, a couple years.
They always do
apart.
that shit with the other kids. The
And
oldest
other two
gets the shit beat out of them.
Yeah, didn't get beat.
Then the baby like gets whatever the fuck they want.
But,
It's like,
what I realized is like they're just beating me because they got beat as kids. They just wanted to get even
perpetual,
somehow,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So my little sister, my little brother, it just stops with them. Me and my sister, we're just probably not going to end up having kids, and then we don't get
But
to
you know,
beat anybody.
I totally deserved everything I got and then some.
Mhm.
I was, yeah.
But do you think that's the way? Like that's not the way. That's not the better communication route.
I think for us, what ended up working is like you take away like band gear,
Yeah.
like tops and like you take away their band T-shirts.
Yeah.
You take away their phone.
Yeah.
You take away some
Band
shit.
t-shirts.
You know what I'm saying? Their little image.
Yeah.
Take away the
Their
nice.
image.
Yeah.
This is
Take away
great.
the nice shoes, and you give them some Bobo shoes
Oh,
to
I
wear.
like this idea.
Some Bobo clothes to wear.
Yeah.
Bitches, they don't get correct real
Yeah.
quick. You know what I'm saying?
I like this idea. This is great.
It's better than any beating you could
Just
administer.
a Walmart outfit.
yeah, it's
let
like
the people at school do
Walmart,
the beating.
let's don't get too high class. We'll go to thrift. Mama take you to a thrift store and have you pick out some shit. I'm just saying. But
with
no,
the, with the accent, it sounds way different.
no, right?
Walmart. We're not going to Walmart. That's too classy. That's great.
Shit fur. No, yeah, but no, yeah, totally. Yeah, but you know,
Bobo
I'm so
clothes.
glad that we are. I'm glad I'm over with that part.
Yeah.
I'm like so done with
Raising
kids.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not responsible for people anymore.
Yeah.
Because you know, honestly, as a parent, all you want to do is just try to not fuck them up.
Right. And
It's
you're
like-
going to. Do you think you fucked them up?
No, I think they're okay. I mean, it's like we have pretty good kids.
Yeah.
Like they're not in prison. They've not been arrested.
Mhm.
They're not on drugs, and they haven't killed anyone.
Yeah.
So far we're doing
As far-
pretty fucking
yeah, you're
good.
doing-
You
that's
know,
not bad.
right? You know, so, but
Those are the
no,
markers.
small victories. Woo! But no, they're pretty good. They know what we do. All of our family knows what we do.
Yeah.
I've got a great kids. I had stories. Yeah, that's they're pretty good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. That's the I'm trying to think. So we've been dealing with my grandparents are getting up there in age. So then I got a dog in the last 5 years, and then now people in my life are like having kids, and I realized that like at some level, all you care about with your loved ones is whether or not they ate and shat today.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
When we were leaving my grandfather, people were just like, "Is he shitting?
Mhm.
Is he eating?"
Yeah, we have Mama Kaboom, and she's been pretty sick, and I know like we literally launched our porn career with her living in our house
Oh no way.
on the down low.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Before we like really came
That's great.
out.
That makes it that much more fun for
Right.
the fans.
So like so we like totally launched all this.
Yeah.
And then my first year I got like a newcomer award and like best
Very
boobs
cool.
award.
Yeah.
So then it was like, okay, we're established. So let me tell you what we're doing for a living.
Yeah.
So we told everyone. Like my mom was like my mom. I told my mom what I did or what we were doing. I'm like, so I just want to let you know, I'm like, I'm in adult films now.
Yeah.
So you're doing porn? Yeah. Okay. Well, I was thinking about making chicken for dinner tonight.
Right.
And I'm like,
right.
did you hear what I said? She's, oh, honey, you stopped surprising me years ago. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is this good or bad?
This
I'm
is
just saying.
this is what I like. This is what I like about the relationship that you can have with your parents.
Oh yeah, I'm totally.
Everything I talk about on stage, there's nothing that I wouldn't want somebody in my life to hear
Right.
about. And if they're gonna have a problem with something I say on stage, like they don't need to be in my life. And that was something I learned sort of very early. Like there was a girl that I dated in college who was a big drinker, but wouldn't drink in front of her parents, and it blew my mind because she was like, "Well, that's disrespectful to drink in front of my parents." And I was like, "No, you're the best drinker I've ever met in my entire life.
Right.
Your family should know that you're
Be proud.
Right.
Own it.
this is your favorite thing,
Right.
and you're so good at it."
Yeah.
So I think that's all families should be. But that's an interesting experience. I think we're finally getting to the point in a lot of things where people are accepting of so many experiences, so many things that like people's big coming outs are not even coming outs anymore.
Yeah, and I think we worry about so many wrong things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone should have to go to like a small country that has nothing
Yeah.
for just a day.
Right.
Fuck it, just give them a day.
Right.
It won't take long. And let them really appreciate the shit we have here.
Sure.
And the thing, like, really prioritize what's really, is it life? I mean, don't get me wrong, we've lost friends, and I
Yeah.
use that in quotations because it's like, yeah, whatever. And then we've lost some family members that
Yeah.
don't like what we do. And at the end of the day, I'm okay with that because
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. I hate it. It sucks, but it is what it is. And you just have to scoop up, move on, and just deal with it.
Those are not. Yeah, these are not people that from an enrichment standpoint, are bringing anything to your
Yeah,
life.
yeah, exactly. If someone's not bringing a positive, something positive to you, you can't get anything positive out of negativity. So
Yeah.
it's just not going to work. And it is what it is. And yeah, it sucks at times. You want to be a part of that person's life, but they've made that choice.
The reality was, though, if it wasn't going to be this thing, it would be another later
Exactly,
on. And
exactly.
They would find a dumb thing to.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't get the like cutting people out of your life and like trying to like decide these things. It's like whatever somebody else is doing doesn't mean to do
Right.
with what I'm doing. And
Yeah,
we live in
I
this
just want
like
people
thing.
happy. It's like
Yeah.
well, our kids, they literally, and I say kids, they're all fucking adults, but I want them to be happy. He wants them to be happy. And I'll be honest with you, they can come, and they have come to us with anything
Yeah.
and shared it with us. I mean, they're that comfortable coming to
Right.
And I want my kid to learn something from me as opposed to, I'm like, ask me a question, I'll
Yeah.
tell you. I was like that when I was, they were growing up. I'm like, I want to hear the nasty truth than a sugar-coated lie.
Right.
So just tell me. And it's like, I know,
I always try to say this. I've dated a lot of people that end up being liars in the past, and I have this opinion that like you can't actually hurt me with the truth. The only thing you can hurt me with is by concealing the truth and then having it be something that comes out later when I had a different impression of what we were going through. Actual truth, like that's not my place to judge somebody's
Right.
truth. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, on that, I literally have that
Don't judge me.
tattoo. Don't judge
Yeah.
me. And I agree with you. It because and they always say it. One lie equals two lies equals three, and it's true. It does. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if
It's you
and
can't.
who can
It's
keep up with that
exhausting.
shit? Yeah,
It's
who wants to
exhausting.
keep up with that? We are like brutally honest. Don't ask me if you don't want to know. I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you a nice,
Right.
rosy, whatever you want to hear. I'm going to tell you. If you fucked up or you did something that was fucked up, I'm going to tell you. I expect you to tell me too. Call me
Right.
on my shit. I'm
Well,
okay.
and then people need to take responsibility for things, which is the thing. That's where we're at now. Is nobody wants to take responsibility for their own actions.
Yeah.
So I've been in a lot of discussions in the last couple of years where I'm like, hey, this thing that you did, like, was pretty disrespectful to me, and it like you wasted my time. You did this and that and the other thing, and then the other person on the side of this is generally in like a relationship dating kind of thing. The other person on the other side of the discussion will use this tactic where they go, well, you're hurting my feelings with giving me this information. So then they just try to weasel out of this actually taking responsibility for the fucked up thing, whereas like it could be a quick discussion.
Plop off the tit, accept responsibility.
Right. You
Yeah.
What is that?
Pop off the tit.
Oh, I didn't know that was an expression. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
You just go, hey, you're right. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Boom, kiss and make up. Done. Done
Right.
deal. But we're so
Right.
far removed from that now.
And there's and just with this industry, I know that there are people who might not like me, and then there may be people I might not care for, but you know what? I'm always going to be professional. I'm
Yeah.
always going to speak, be cordial, move on, move forward. And that's, I think, people are just twat waffles. I mean, they just don't know
Twat
how,
waffles.
they don't have to be nice to people. People want
Right.
to be shitty, and
Well, everybody thinks that they're owed something now, some extra level of respect that they don't need to then bestow upon another person.
Yes.
So we're doing this thing back and forth. Yeah, there was. As soon as I stopped the last episode of the podcast, there was like this drama of there's two conventions in town this weekend, and apparently there's some kind of drama where if you do one of the conventions, some of the sponsors don't want you to do the other convention, and it's like this is all hogwash. This is bullshit. Like it's all the same industry. It shouldn't matter. Like it happens in comedy where you play one comedy club and the comedy club down the street says you can't play us now. It's ridiculous, and it makes everything worse.
Well, I can honestly say I was very happy to know that CamCon was very open to us also attending XBiz.
Yeah.
So that was a nice thing. They were, we try to play Switzerland. We try to get along with
Yeah.
everyone. We have friends at that convention. We have friends at this convention. I was on a panel at this convention.
Right.
So we really try to play Switzerland. We try to keep it cordial with everyone. And again, it's our business. It's
and
professionalism.
it's better for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have time to be petty. I don't have time for high school stuff. I don't have time to, he hurt my feelings and I don't like him and I don't care. It's not
Yeah.
my problem.
Right.
I mean, I don't have time for it. I
Yeah.
don't want to hear about it. I want to know about it. It is what it is.
Right.
Move on.
Boom.
Kaboom, actually.
Kaboom. So you have this. You have the pit bull. You have the. Wait, you never finished. Did you give the cat back?
Huh?
Did you give the cat back?
No. Bitch is still there.
And she's so you've had her for how long?
Over a year now. Year
Oh,
and
it
a
is
half.
now a year. Okay, year and a half. And it's been a year and a half.
Actually, I take that back. It's been 2 years now.
2 years.
She's still a bitch.
Yeah. So then what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna
You're just
open the
gonna
door
have
one
her?
day and she's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Totally kidding. To every
No,
haven.
that was someone's story.
To every shelter. No, I am totally kidding. Kimmie Kaboom is not gonna let her cat walk outdoors.
No, I do think that.
But I will put a sign out front for anybody to come take her. I'm just kidding.
I do think that there's something to this idea. Like if you open your door and your animal leaves and doesn't come back,
No fault.
that's
A no fault clause. Isn't that like
that says a
isn't that
lot
like
about what they're experiencing in that place. If your dog runs away, and then
Maybe-
you got the whole neighborhood.
maybe
like,
she's not happy.
Your dog doesn't like you at all.
Or it's almost like taking the baby to the hospital.
You could leave the front door open at my house.
It's like taking the baby to the hospital. You drop it off.
Well, the baby didn't have the choice on that one. That's allowed on the parents on that one. If you open the door, and
But
the
it
kid,
was
and
better
the kid
than the
runs,
alternative.
and the kid runs away,
Yeah.
then that kid hates your guts, and that's on you.
Or they're little spoiled,
Maybe.
overprivileged
Maybe,
little brats.
but then they'll come back in 4 days when the credit card runs out or whatever that they've stolen. But yeah, like if my dog pieced out on me, that would be a reflection on me. My
Yeah.
dog would never leave. My dog's obsessed with me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm like super distracted by these weird I don't understand. So it's like a Japanese Patrick Stewart who's like in like a Charlie Chaplin mustache. What am I
It
looking
does
at?
look like I think it's a Japanese Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, like what's he doing? Because he's wearing, he's got the mustache, but then he's also got he's wearing like traditional Japanese garb.
Yeah.
With but it's
A
like yeah,
kimono.
but he has a cigar and a jacket, and then who's this supposed to be then?
Actually, I think that's an umbrella he has.
Oh, is it an umbrella? I can't see from this angle. Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe he's not trying to be Charlie Chaplin. I just don't understand the.
Apparently, with her resting bitch face, she runs the show.
Oh, I thought she was more friendly than he is, but they're kind of matching each other. I don't know. You guys.
Maybe they're having a
It's
staring
just,
contest.
It's just trendy and fun.
They're having a staring
Yeah,
contest.
who's gonna win?
Who's gonna blink?
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair because he's got glasses on, so he gets a little extra wind protection.
Yeah.
So have you been to this conference before? Is this
I
always
have.
here?
Yeah, I have.
It's like
I
at
think
this
they're going on like
location,
5
or-
years. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're going on 5 years now.
Nice.
So and they really step it up. They really spoil the models, and they take really good care of us.
Nice.
It's a real good venue. And like
Yeah.
tonight, we're actually when we get done doing this, in fact, we're gonna go over to the fan day. It's like about 4 hours.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna have a models dinner. Then we're gonna open up at like 8:30 to 11:30. It's gonna be fan time.
And so, do they actually get like real FaceTime, or is it like behind
Oh,
a table?
Yeah,
lining
I
up?
have a table, and the
Okay.
fans that come up, I actually give away free pictures.
Nice.
Streammate is kind enough to sponsor my pictures, and they
Nice.
print my pictures for me, and I pass that along to Clips for Sale. Also sponsors my pictures, so I have like some really good pictures to sign away.
Sign them,
Yeah.
and send them.
I sign them and give them, and if they want to take pictures with me, that's cool too.
Take a little something home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is too political for the discussion, but this lady yesterday tried to blame school shootings on porn. Did you see this? Have you caught up on this news yet?
I have saw that.
all I tweeted so far to get involved in the fray was that I'm pretty sure there are more guns in all American houses than there are nudie mags.
Okay, and this is what I'm going to say on this whole gun thing. I am a gun owner.
Sure.
My husband's a gun owner, and I shoot really well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm a responsible gun owner as
Right.
well. I know that everyone's really been the school shootings and all the shootings in general. It's a tragedy. It
Yep.
sucks. And unfortunately that we have these going on right now. And I know that everyone's like, "Oh, we need gun control." I'm thinking, well, how did it work out for the drug thing? Tell me that we outlawed drugs, but we still have drugs.
Right, certain drugs.
Yeah.
And that's always
So-
the thing, right?
And then that's where I kind of I'm like, come on, blaming porn. I mean, can we blame porn on anything? Like, can we think anything else on porn? Because apparently,
Yeah.
we're like.
Well, listen. Since I've been running around doing this podcast, there's been like a lot of like monsoony rains and things like that. So
It's
I
probably
would blame,
because I masturbated way too much this
I
morning.
would blame. I would blame porn on weather.
Yeah.
I would blame porn on the fact that I didn't get enough sleep last night. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things we can blame porn for.
Yeah.
Actually, that one specifically, I can't.
Yeah, go to KimmieKaboom.com. I could see where that would keep you up really late at night,
Right.
and you wouldn't get lots of sleep.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. Shameless plug, but no.
That's not shameless. We're gonna do it at the end anyway.
No. But no. Yeah, it's crazy. I at this point, I mean, it's like they're jacking off with one hand.
Yeah.
And they're pointing it at us, putting us down with the other hand.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I don't understand. It's like,
It is a weird thing, right? Because it's like it's one of these things where it's the same people that are utilizing the product who then, as soon as they put it down, are then trying to say that it's shameful because it's a reflection on them. It's a reflection on themselves and the dishonesty that they live their life by. That they're utilizing porn the same way somebody else would. But then they have all the shame, so then now they're just trying to blame everybody else.
It kills me because as big as our country is, we are just so crazy having a problem with our being sexually comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Europe is over there laughing at us because we're so prudish about things. You know, I'm like,
right? Yeah. God forbid we should let a child see a tit.
You know, I don't understand. I've always been, very open with my children.
Yeah, that's a question.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I've never like threw in a fucking DVD or nothing. But
I did a lady very recently who would just walk around naked around her household. She's got young children. One of them is an 8-year-old boy, and I was like, I was on this line where I'm like, I don't know what the right move is on that.
I think that with that, don't get me wrong. I think for a long time I had kids that I had. I don't get too much into kids, but I did have some. For a long time, they kind of bathed together because they were small,
Right.
I don't think we should be ashamed of our bodies.
Yeah.
I do think that there are so many differences as you get older with their bodies, and there's so many questions that get asked. I do think that there is a limit. You need to.
Right.
I think it should be an age-appropriate limit. Let me put it that way. And I don't think that you should just put it all out there in some sense with children. It should definitely be age appropriate. I think that kids grow up fast enough as is.
Sure.
I mean, you got kids growing up so quick with their makeup and with the way they're dressing, and they're very provocative. And I'm just thinking, kids in high school now do not look like they did when I went to high school.
I don't know. See, this is always the debate, right? But like, I think if you look at every generation. And I'm 35. There were people in my high school who were having sex at 14, just like there were in my parents' high school, just like there are now.
Nothing to do with having sex. No. We were all totally fucking in high school.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
I was fucking. Okay, but I think they're just so developed now.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems. I mean, I always had titties, but there wasn't like a lot of us that were really developed, But I mean, man, it's like now it's like you can look at a 16-year-old and she looks like 25.
I think it's a perspective thing. I think it was always that way, and I think we were just. I mean, you're
maybe
right.
Maybe blinders. Maybe
well,
we just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're in it.
Maybe
like,
if that age group, we just didn't think about it.
Yeah, you don't think about it as much. You're part of it. You don't, and you're not.
Although
like
I do have
comparing
some
the same
old
place.
yearbooks, dude. I can take it back a little bit.
Let's go do it. Yeah, I want to look at some. It's like that David Tell had that old porn show.
Uh-huh.
I want to look at some old yearbooks. No, but I think it is. It's hard to put in perspective when you're there, and then you become this older person, and you look down. It's like it's the cliche. You look down and you go, "It wasn't like that when I went," but it was.
Oh no! I'm so fucking glad there wasn't social media when I was growing up, dude. I would be in prison right now. Talk about being a bitch or having some bitches. I mean, I'd probably be under prison right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be a lifer.
Right.
Maybe death row. I don't know, but no, I am so grateful. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, when I did stuff as an adolescent, and like I'd go hang out all night, and party all night.
Right.
I would just say to spend the night with a friend.
Sure.
I'd totally cover it. Nowadays they just are fucking badasses and just do it. I'm like,
regardless.
But yeah, shit I used to do, and but everything's on social media now, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't have that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get. Yeah, it's hard. This was a thing I realized. My grandfather had a bunch of brothers who had this sort of fun little thing that they would do, and they would start a family. and then they would get sick of that family, and then they would leave the family. Thank God my grandfather wasn't that, but all of his. Oh no, sorry, this is my.
Maybe we're related.
This is my grandmother's. This is my grandmother's brother. Sorry.
Okay, we're probably related
And
then.
so they would go, but so all they had to do was go like 3 hours in any direction, and they could start a new family, and nobody would know who they were. Now with
Wow.
social media, you can't just leave a wife and kids.
Yeah.
Because they will find you.
Yeah, I
It's
know-
just a different lifestyle. Like
It's-
if there was nobody in your town that you wanted to fuck, you would just drive to the next town. You know what I mean? Or you would just, if you wanted to live in that town, you just had to decide which of the 7 girls in town you wanted
Right.
to fuck and marry.
Right.
And then that was the end of it. And now, we're all walking around. We're wondering why marriage and things are deteriorating. But I'm walking around with an app on my phone right now where I can go anywhere in the world and then find somebody within a 1 mile radius of me who's willing, able, and
Yeah.
interested in having sex. Or now I know is single because I just pull them up on a thing. We've changed the entire complexity of how humans interact, and pieces are chipping off.
Well, I know when I was younger, I know, or not younger, but I know I'm, been married a couple times. I finally got it. I think I finally got it right
How
now.
many marriages?
This is my third marriage.
Third marriage.
Me and my husband's both our third marriage.
Yeah.
We're the Brady Bunch. We kind of
Uh-huh.
came together, and we both decided, if this don't work out, I'm probably just going to be like an old cat lady
That's
or
the end of it,
something with a
yeah.
bitchy ass cat that
Right.
don't like me. But I know back after my second marriage, I hoed it up.
You what?
I hoed it up.
Yeah.
I went out, man.
At some point, you have to sow some oats.
Man, I went out. I would get him. We'd go back to the house. We'd fuck, and I'd be like, "All right, so is somebody picking you up? Or are you getting a cab?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought maybe we just no, I don't do breakfast,
Nah,
dude.
yeah.
Well, let me give you my number. I ain't calling you, dude. You don't want my number? No, dude."
That's crazy.
And he's like, "Y'all do it all the time. Don't even go there with me, Jack. Bye." Next night, new dude, new
That's great, yeah. I'm
hoology.
I think we all need that on some level and some element. But yeah, I don't know. Everything is sort of cheap. This is interesting. I had a show the other night. This woman said that she was married. She's got 3 divorces, and then I asked her like what the secret was to marriage, right? Or like what's the secret? To
Obviously, she doesn't have
right,
it.
and what's the secret to divorce? And then she said, well, it's them. She's blaming her 3 exes and such and so forth. And I was like, well, look, if you got 3 divorces, that's on you.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that you're doing.
Well, I can account for like my first marriage. I was young and stupid.
Yeah.
I
You
chalk
think- you
it
think-
up to stupidity.
Well, especially you're coming out of a generation. You're a couple years older than me. You're coming out of a generation
I love
where
you. I'm a whole lot
where
older than
the, where the only thing that you were supposed to do was get married, have a family, do
Get
the thing.
married, birth them
That's it,
babies.
right? So that's that is your obligation as a human being. And then sort of slowly and surely it becomes sort of this like, okay, well then marry for love. And then it sort of becomes this thing of like, okay, marry only if you're ready. And then it's sort of like, maybe you don't need to marry. Like that's kind of
the
where we're at.
second husband was like a little young, well, a lot younger than me, and I was kind of doing the whole, hey, and he, I don't even know what I was thinking, and I can honestly say he's a dick, and it's certifiable too, by the
Yeah.
way, it's not slander, but he was a dick, and and he just was like, it's like I gave him like hall passes. I mean, I
Okay.
was a cool wife.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, yeah, you're gonna, we owned a nightclub in Arkansas, and I was like, if you're gonna go fuck somebody, just go fuck them. Don't do it in our backyard.
Yeah.
Don't let friends and family
Now,
find out.
did you want information about it, or you just
No, dude. Just go do your thing. I don't
you're
want to
doing
know.
it?
Don't want to know. Keep it
don't-
on the down low.
Don't bring anything home.
Don't make a repeat. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't bring nothing home. And you would think that was like
Yeah.
heaven.
Should've
Who
done
would
it.
not
Yeah.
appreciate that? How can you fuck that up?
Yeah.
Apparently he could.
How do you fuck it up?
Yeah.
What was the thing?
Well, I said don't do it in my backyard. Like
So
we
he-
don't it was like 6 blocks from our house.
Yeah. So even
Our
the,
house, and
even
I'm
the
like,
rules that you set in place weren't like
your
yeah.
wife puts pussy on a platter and you
Yeah.
fuck it up.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you had a buffet
Right.
and you fucked it up.
Yeah.
And the kicker was when he got caught about it, I called him out about it. He lied, and I'm like, what was the rule? Don't lie.
I made a rule. Yeah.
Don't lie.
Yeah. I was in an open relationship at the beginning of last year. We had decided everything together. We sort of invented what we thought was a workable model for what we're
Right.
trying to do because I'm on the road so much and such and so forth, and everything was going fine. And then something happened to kind of change the complexity of what we were doing, and there was this sort of like idea of what is fair and is there fairness here, and do we need to like be matching like move for it to be fair,
Right.
right? Or is it okay for one person to be out there and doing their thing,
Right.
and the other person maybe doesn't have an experience? And so I got a call, and I was told that, hey, I made this decision, and this is going to change. And I was like, well, that's the opposite of all of the things that we discussed. Everything up till this point, we discussed the whole thing together.
Right.
We would sit up all
Right.
night and have a discussion and figure it out. And now you're coming to me with a decision that you made without me, and I just
Right.
don't think that plays into what we were trying to do. I think that's outside of the rules
Right.
of this relationship.
Well, you broke the terms of the agreement. But
Right.
but it's like with my husband. I'm fortunate that we're in this business together. We do everything together. It's like you don't see one Kaboom without the other Kaboom.
You guys are the
Um,
the fixer-upper couple. What are they? Joanna and
Gaines.
Chip
Okay,
and, Chip
yeah,
and
Gail
Joanna.
and
You guys
Gaines.
are the Chip and Joanna port.
Yeah. But we are really open with everything that we do about things, and we are definitely we talk about everything.
Yeah.
This is
It's the only way.
and we're full timers. This is what we do full time. Like this is our
Yeah.
our business.
Yeah.
We've been going in at about we're starting our 5th year now. We started very late in life. Of course, all the kids were gone and gone, and we are just having so much fun with
Yeah.
this, and it's really an awesome industry to be in.
Yeah, it's a bunch of open people, it's like-minded people, and there is something with this like streak of honesty across the board, where it's like you I don't know, it's like the next level of evolution where we actually get to talk about things.
Yeah, and we really enjoy it. We tune to about 11 conventions a year, and we are just having the time of our lives. I
Yeah.
mean, we're going to be the cool people in the old folks' home.
Sure.
Just saying.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you guys are probably gonna start your own nudist colony. Like I played a nudist colony in St. Louis recently, and that was one of the more fun and
So there
sort
was
of
no
like
images of them in
open-
their underwear, huh, or them naked. Did
No
you
images
imagine
of
them clothes? With clothes on?
Yeah, no, that's funny. That's really funny. I was looking at him and I was like, I got nervous and I was like, I should just imagine them with their clothes on. This will make this way easier.
Yeah.
No, there's something about how people interact naked that's very different from how people interact clothed. And little menial things, the societal things, sort of get stripped away. So nobody in that interaction is generally asking each other what they do for a living and things like that. It's just more, I don't know. I think it's heartier conversation and like more real shit.
Yeah.
We're missing stuff. I think we all want to live in a society where we put out this thing to the world that's not us,
Yeah.
and it makes it hard.
Well, there's no accountability for things. No one wants to be accountable for anything or hold
Right.
themselves accountable for anything. They want to profess to know everything, and they're not open to any sense of openness
Yeah.
about anything.
Well, even worse now, everybody's decided that they've made up their minds about the 12 topics, and they know what the argument is. They know
Yeah.
the dance, and they know exactly how to navigate the dance, and then they just keep spitting out the same argument, whatever it is,
Well,
whether
that-
it be guns, whether it be abortion, whether it be school violence. They've come up with the path that they think is their thing, and they're not even willing to
Budge.
listen
Yeah,
to
budge on anything.
a new version of it.
Well, I think too. Also, we have a lot of sheep mentality.
Sure.
I think that a lot of people get a lot of false information.
Sure.
I don't think that people do enough of independent investigation,
At all.
and I don't think that they educate themselves.
No.
They want to bitch about things or bitch about politics or
No,
whatever.
they might. Now, let's say they might. Let's say they might have one issue that's their big issue, but then now because everything's so partisan, what happens is you just pick whatever your argument is, then you cram into whatever side that it fits because you go, look, I'm going to need the rest of these arguments when I want to have mine.
Right.
So I'll just align with all this other
Right.
stuff. Because you can't have an opinion on both sides of the table anymore.
And
have it-
and that's the other thing too. I think we also lost our sense of humor.
Sure.
I think that it's very scary now because there is no such thing as free speech.
Right.
You really don't have it anymore.
Right. Well, this has been an interesting week. Roseanne lost
Yeah.
a job this week.
That
They-
show was so kick-ass too.
They made a rule in the NFL that you can't kneel.
Neil.
There's a lot of things going on.
I think a lot of things have, it goes back to the whole. I get on social media. I have a huge platform on social media, and there's times when I get pissy and I'm like, I start
Right.
and then I'll like delete.
Stop,
Kimmie
yeah.
wouldn't say that.
Right,
Delete.
right.
The true me, yeah.
Well, this is what's interesting.
The true me is like, fuck you,
This is what's
motherfucker.
interesting because you get to have sort of this alias. Then what happens is you can stop yourself for a second, and it's like because you're like, okay, well, this is not the voice of this person. This is not quote on brand, but then you got somebody who's a celebrity who thinks that they've come up and they've done all these things because they're who they are. And then they have a moment of weakness or whatever.
I
and
think
then they
everyone
tweet it
should
out.
step the fuck back from Twitter sometimes.
For
you know,
For
I
sure.
think, yeah, I really do. I mean, everyone, not just everyone.
Yeah.
Because we have so much bullshit on social media, and it's like, what good do we get out of bitching?
Yeah.
I pride myself on my social media. I try very hard to keep it positive.
Yeah.
I try not to keep. I try to keep
It's
drama.
Switzerland.
Exactly. I try to keep drama out of it, and it doesn't mean I don't take a stand on things. It has
Right.
nothing to do with it, but there's a diplomatic way of doing things.
Yeah.
And you get more with honey, you
Fucking
just,
love all these Southern expressions that I don't
it's
know.
like sweet tea, honey. But no, I mean, there's a way to do things. I
Sure.
mean, people piss me off, or people do shit that I don't like,
Yeah.
and I'll privately message them like, hey, don't do that. And most people know me. You have a problem with me? Send me a fucking message.
Right.
Call me. Let's squash
Let's
this
deal
shit
it right now. Deal with
let's
it right
let's
now.
hey,
Yeah.
let's adult.
Yeah.
Let's adult. Be an adult. Let's talk about this as an adult and hash it out and move the fuck on.
Right.
We don't have to. You don't have to like get your girl gang.
Right.
And you all start
Or you
Twitter
had a little-
bashing.
Yeah, you had a little argument. Now now you got to like go hide or go into. Yeah. Somebody tried to pull me into a thing the other day. I didn't particularly like the Stormy Daniels 60 Minutes piece. And now I put myself in a position where I'm talking to people in this industry. I don't know what everybody's opinion is of Stormy Daniels or the situation or whatever. I just thought the 60 Minutes, the whole thing was bullshit.
Okay, but you have to admit her fucking Twitter timeline is on fire. Okay,
Well,
bitch
so
has
here's
some
what
good
happened.
snappy.
I tweeted a bunch of sort of like menial bullshit. It didn't really matter. It wasn't taking much of a stance on anything. I just wasn't really that pleased with anything, and then a couple people decided to like try and like take me down, and they're saying, oh well, you're not gonna work in this industry anymore, and this and that, and it's, how can you have this opinion if you interview people in this industry, so on, and trying to tell me what my opinion is. And then I was PMing, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry that you misunderstood my opinion of this thing. That's not what I'm saying. Let's talk about it. And they went back to Twitter and started trying to like initiate this bashing.
And this is why
And
people
it's like
can read emotion into
they
any.
were like 4 miles away.
Right, but people can read emotion into words.
Sure.
They can interpret
and
it
that's
so
on
many
them.
ways.
Right.
And they can mean it, and they may not necessarily meant the way you meant it.
Right.
And they, instead of just saying, "Hey, dude, did you mean it?" Like,
Right,
how
'cause
you
now
meant
you're
that?
just reading
Can
the
you
words, you're not even
clarify?
hearing- right,
Yeah,
you're
can
not
you
even hearing the
clarify?
voice.
You could have had a shitty day and not got laid that morning and be in a
Sure.
pissy mood and read a tweet and like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
The whole thing with Stormy Daniels, I'll definitely go on record about this.
Sure.
Okay, Stormy Daniels, I respect her as an adult
Yeah.
performer. I think she should have got more money.
Yeah.
That was a low ball fucking number.
Right.
Okay. But if she did get that number, she did get that money, and she did sign an agreement,
Right.
then she accepted those terms
Yep.
and agreed not to say anything.
Sure.
And now it appears, I could be wrong, I do not know Stormy personally. I don't know. Her fucking Twitter's on fire, though. I'm loving her
Yeah.
fucking snappy. I love the chick. Mad props to her. But I just feel like, if you did agree to that number and you did agree you weren't going to say anything, and I don't give a fuck who she fucked, okay?
Right.
If you think she's he's not the first president to buy a whore, okay?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sex worker. So I mean, he's not the first, won't be the last, okay? And she won't be the first, won't be the last.
Right.
But I feel like if you did accept the money, and I do understand maybe she was unduly stressed on accepting it, and I could understand why now she is probably saying something. I would like to know more about her side of the story.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to know a little bit more in depth about it. But yeah, if that was the case and she was like took the money and agreed to what she wanted to talk, and then she wanted to talk about it, But I thought kind of like, she's making money now.
Well, what's the precedent, right? What's the thing? Are we to imagine or pretend that we don't think that this is happening in the world? So now, because of who it is and the fact that there's hush money, that somehow it's a bigger idea than it is. It's sort of exactly what I think we all thought was going on in the world.
It bothered me that there was no admission. I'm like, come on, dude, say you fucked her.
Yeah, well,
we know you fucked her.
He learned very quickly, and in a time where it really is kind of what's happening, is if you don't apologize, then you don't ever have to take responsibility. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, these are the relationships that I live in. Is people just don't say that it happened.
Wait a minute.
Like I was with
but
a
you don't have to
girl who
apologize
decided to
for
tell-
paying for pussy either.
Well, I mean, you could go that route, right? I did it, and I'll do whatever I want. I'm the
Everyone
guy.
pays for pussy.
Yeah.
My husband is
let's-
married to you.
Pay for your porn. Everybody pay for your porn. Let's put.
Sorry, everyone pays for your porn. But
No.
no, but even a husband,
Right.
he pays for it
Yeah.
somehow.
Sure.
If he is a provider for the home, he's paying for
Yeah.
it. She's a provider for the home, she's paying for the dick.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're all paying for it one way or the other.
No, I believe on a grand scale that capitalism is just in place because of pussy. That's why.
Tax that pussy and let's make it legal. Fuck it.
Right. That's why.
Hashtag
That's
tax
why
the
guy-
pussy.
That's why guys try to earn on a higher level and all. They were just trying to get a status, and that status might. It's, we could simplify it to pussy, but the status is.
I also think that, don't we have other issues to worry about than who's buying pussy? I mean,
Sure.
we have such bigger issues. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the oldest profession in the world.
Yep.
And really, come on, we got other things. It's not. Wait, and let me step back. I will say, providing it is not a sex slave trade type
Right,
thing.
sure.
There are
Willing
consensual adults,
participants, correct.
consenting adults, and we don't have children involved. As long as you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Then I'm down. I'm down with it. You
Yeah.
know, but don't. Yeah, we got so many other fucking things.
Yeah.
We have fucking homeless vets. Can we talk about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about real topics.
Yeah.
Let's don't talk about who.
That is an
let's don't
interesting
talk
thing.
about whether.
No, that is an interesting thing, and I think that would uncover a whole other piece. And we'll just do this briefly. But one of the things that I do when I do comedy shows, I donate tickets to veterans across the world. And what I find is that the opinion of the U.S. military is drastically different for people who are currently in the military versus people that are out. And then the longer they're out, the more drastic
Out
the
of sight, out of
opinion
mind.
becomes.
Yeah.
Not even that, but because maybe it comes down to what the disconnect is, and what they thought was part of what came with the package now maybe isn't, or and it's all these things. So that is interesting. But there's homeless everybody's, right? There's homeless all.
No,
the
yeah, and I'm not taking away from anyone
Yeah.
else's homeless, but I'm just saying, it's to me very discouraging to see someone who has fought for our liberties and fought for our freedoms, and they're now down and out.
Yeah.
And,
Well, no, but the bigger issue you're saying is that why is this fucking news at all? Why is this a problem we want to tackle
Yeah.
when there are real things?
Yeah, there are people who don't have food. There are
Right.
people who don't have shelter.
Like there's these two Japanese people having a staring contest.
There's two Japanese
and that's
people having a
way
staring contest.
bigger.
God, I hope they're Japanese.
We're in a sushi restaurant. I'm not being racist. I'm not. The only thing that would be racist is if they're actually not Japanese.
I don't have my
and they-
glasses on,
and
so I
they've
can actually play
decided
that I'm
to make it.
blind.
But we're in a sushi restaurant, so this is the implication.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, look. Let's plug. You plugged it earlier, but let's plug your website again. How do people find
I
you?
am Kimmie Kaboom. You can find me on Twitter at the Kimmie Kaboom. That's TheKimmie You can find me at KimmieKaboom.com. You can find me on Instagram if they still have my site up, because you know how Instagram is haters.
They're fucking with people.
This is my fifth account.
No shit.
Fifth
So
account.
what's your current Instagram?
THE_. That's that little line on the bottom.
Yeah.
Kimmie Kaboom. You
Oh
can
my
find
God.
me
Yeah,
there.
I was
And also, too, just throwing out there, also follow my husband, Mr. Daryl Kaboom, because, if we ever get a divorce, he has all my porn.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah, how does the divorce work? Do you get half?
As long as I can keep his cock, we're okay.
Do you get half of do you get half of the porn? That would be a fun arbitration to sit in on.
Yeah.
Like the ones that like no. I need that one. And that's the
Yeah.
one I need.
I'll suck his dick. It'll be
I
okay.
need the one. I need the one where we
You know,
brought in the
if I let him
kombucha
fuck my
monkey.
ass, I think we're good.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps fucking my ass, I think he'll stay married to me.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. This is the key to marriage, guys.
Yeah,
Anal.
anal.
So make sure to do that, and then you won't have to worry about your third divorce, just your first
Right.
two. This has been a wonderful episode. We're dropping an episode every Sunday. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Play. Wherever you found us, we're on the other thing. If you happen to switch phones and you're not an Android, no, you're an Apple. We have some content today on YouTube that's very fun. Check us out every week and follow this lady and pay for your porn and her husband.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Uh-huh.